Okay, I just want to give you guys a heads up about ShoeBox app, storage app shutting down. Um, ShoeBox is an app that stores photos and videos. It's a lot like PhotoBucket used to be. Um, it's it says it's shutting down on the 22nd of May, this year, 2019, and um, there's something going on with it in relation to Google, um, the Google Cloud, and Drive, and other of those type of apps, storage apps. If you are familiar with something like Google or Google Drive, they have a set amount of space that you can have for free, and then after a certain point, you have to pay for more storage. So naturally, it's not that much. It's not as much as most people would need, and that's free, and nobody wants to pay those monthly fees. So they go on Play Store or wherever looking for an app that will store their stuff. And originally, I had gone with PhotoBucket, but maybe a few months ago, it shut down. And I had to go through and kind of like download everything back again that I wanted, and I didn't have much on it anymore. I had pretty much moved everything over to Google Drive on the free space available, and that was getting full. So I looked for another app recommended by PhotoBucket, because PhotoBucket actually kind of like made a new app called ShoeBox, and I went with that one. And I really liked it. It had more space for free, a lot more space, tremendous amount in my opinion. It would like, as soon as I took a photo, it would store it. I didn't have to worry about it. I would be able to go in to retrieve something, and I would notice, oh look, it's got everything like down to the second. It's been, you know, saving everything accurately and reliably. So I didn't check in, It's like it's there in the background, it's working, and I don't have to think about it unless I want to go get something. Exactly like a real storage, like you pay for your home belongings. I don't have to think about it, just go there and get something when I need it. But it fills up fast, and I guess because you're not conscious of how much you're storing, you naturally just like don't pay attention anymore. You're like, oh, that's gonna take me forever. As a matter of fact, it never did fill up, and neither did PhotoBucket. So what happens is they shut down, when they have accumulated a great wealth of people's photo and video storage, which is hugely important to them because we don't use cameras anymore these days, like we used to. There's no hard copies of anything, so everything precious is on the cloud. And so then, they pretty much know, okay, I can dragnet this many storage accounts, and then sell them back to Google on some sort of a compensation basis, either cash, monies like funds, or other services. There's got to be something financial in exchange. That I'm like really sure. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. But so now you've relaxed, your guard has been down, you've accumulated a ton of things in these app storages, and all of a sudden they're going to shut down. So you need to find a place, and they suggest a couple of places that they are actually linked to be able to make that possible. Otherwise, you'd have to put them on your PC or another device, maybe a thumb drive or something. Actually, I might be able to do that. I do have a thumb drive with enough space, but a lot of people don't have any other resources. And so what happens is, you're given these choices. Okay, send it back to Google Cloud or your Drive or I forget what the other one they suggested. I don't want to name names because I'm not 100% sure. Let's see if they say here. Click here for more details for a refund. Click to start the process. Oh, here it is. So, Dropbox and Google Drive. And there was one other suggestion when I had clicked it. That is an account I have but don't ever use, and I've probably been locked out of years ago. But anyway, I have a Google Drive, and it's nearly maxed out before I have to start paying those monthly fees, So when all this, I went ahead and opted to export my photos, and then it gives you this, we have started to transfer all the photos and videos of ShoeBox to Google Drive, and this might take up to 36 hours. So now I don't know, I haven't hit the back button to see if I'm trapped in this and if I'm going to be able to upload anything onto a thumb drive or not. But so now what these dragnets, they're like trappers, they trap up everybody's digital media, and then they want to abandon it or threaten you. You've got to give it back to these people that you didn't want to store it with in the first place, and be charged. So that's what's going to happen to me. I'm going back to Google Drive. It's going to be overflowing, and I'm going to have to pay the monthly fee, and probably on a larger account, not the smaller choice, the lower price choice. It's probably going to be like the medium one. So that's like so I'm trying to warn people to be careful. Get your digital media, your data out of these storage apps, because all they are dragnets. They're trappers. They hostage your stuff and ransom it, send it back to one of these other places that's going to ransom your stuff from you. There was a video I'd watched. A woman had the Google Cloud, and she went to go access her video and couldn't, her photos, because it had sent her an email saying, that your account is, your free access is full, and so now you have to pay a monthly fee. But she figured, okay, I'll just go in and grab my stuff and put it someplace else. But when she went there to access her account, it wouldn't let her unless she paid. So without even being overflowing on anything, they hostaged all of it. Not just, even if it had been overflowing, they didn't hostage just the overflowing part. They hostaged the whole entire thing, and she had to pay to see it ever again. So that's what I am faced with. I have to pay them once the transfer is complete. It's going to be overflowing on my Dropbox, and I'm going to have to pay that monthly fee and keep paying it until I find some other means of storing my stuff. And I've been hesitant to store it on anything hard because I've lost photos, actual photos. That's why I've I've stored things on CDs, and then the program that I used to store the things on CDs went obsolete, and I was never able to access what was on the CD anymore because you need the program. So you have to be really careful about your choices to store your media. You know, they didn't used to have photos a long time ago. Everything about a person was written. Now, or then, it switched to photos, and so much was captured in a photo. You know, notes could be taken on the back of it. It was put into an album, and just instead of long drawn out writing, you could just have a note or two. And now that's done away with. So everything is virtual, everything is digital, and without a program or a cloud or a payment, you don't really have access to any of your stuff. And if it ever disappears, everything, I mean, generations can disappear. Something could happen to your whole family in a chaotic world event, deliberate or unintentionally, and you don't exist. There's no trace of you. There's no proof of you, your family, your kids, your grandchildren. So it's really critical that you try your best to find a solution to storing your stuff safely. And pretty much you can plan on being the sole and only heir to it, because it's hard, unless you're constantly sharing and your family has stuff from you. If you die and your stuff is digital, like your accounts are locked, they're not going to know your passwords, and your stuff is gone. It's just going to be so easy, I think, in a very unfortunate. Let's just say if it was an evil planned event, I mean, like, billions of people could just be erased. No one would have identity. Everything's going digital, including like birth records and stuff. So it's so easy for us to vanish, and it's really alarming. But anyway, going to it's going to close on the 22nd of May. So get your stuff transferred quickly to something better. And I just wanted to make this video so people would have some thought about it. Hopefully it helps people to kind of have some forethought and some red flag warnings about things that aren't really good ideas. Or at least a heads up about, okay, don't get so relaxed that you stop paying attention to your cloud storage app. The more convenient it is, the more apt you are to forget about it and let it load up to an excessive point where, I mean, if you have thousands of photos, how are you going to go through all of them to pick out the ones you really need when they want to shut down? I can't do that. I have to take the whole bag or nothing. Like, that's how it is. So definitely get yourself set up to something better. I hope this video has helped you, and I wish you guys well. If you have any suggestions or have found anything that worked for you, or apps that you want to recommend, please leave them in the comments below.